Every Premier League team plays 19 away games each season. Same opponents, same number of matches, but not every club travels the same distance. Because of geography alone, some teams cover over 1,000 miles more than others across a season before traffic, transport, or fixture congestion are even considered. Today, we're breaking down which Premier League teams travel the furthest, using straight-line distance between stadiums, and why location quietly shapes every season. Before we start, a quick note on how this works. All distances in this video are measured as the crow flies, straight-line distance between stadiums. This removes road routes, traffic, and transport choices, and lets us compare clubs purely by geographic position. These are not driving miles. They show how far clubs are separated on the map. England may look small, but Premier League geography is uneven. London has a dense cluster of clubs within a few miles of each other. The Midlands sits centrally, with short average journeys. But clubs in the far north and on the south coast are far more isolated. Over a 38-game season, that difference adds up. When we total the straight-line distance from each club to all 19 away stadiums, clear patterns appear. Newcastle United rank at the very top. Across the season, Newcastle's away trips total over 3,400 miles one way, or nearly 7,000 miles when counted as round trips, purely by geographic distance. Sunderland sit just behind them, with a similar total due to repeated long journeys to London and the south coast. Southern coastal clubs also feature high on the list. AFC Bournemouth and Brighton both rack up close to 2,700 to 2,900 miles one way, largely because of their distance from northern teams. At the other end of the scale are centrally located clubs. Aston Villa, based in Birmingham, sit near the bottom of the list, with total straight-line away distances of under 1,900 miles one way across the season. Nottingham Forest and Wolves show similar figures, benefiting from their central location and shorter average journeys. In geographic terms, these clubs are simply closer to everyone else. Some individual away games stretch almost the full length of England. For example, Newcastle to Bournemouth is roughly 355 miles one way. Newcastle to Brighton is around 350 miles. Sunderland to Bournemouth comes in at about 345 miles. These are the longest away journeys in the league by straight-line distance. A single fixture can represent nearly the full north to south span of the country. At the opposite extreme are London derbies. Chelsea to Fulham is less than 1 mile apart. Arsenal to Tottenham is just over 1 mile. In geographic terms, these away games are closer than many people's daily commute. Across a season, clubs with several fixtures like this travel dramatically less overall. Distance matters most during midweek fixtures. A club traveling 1 or 2 miles for a local derby faces very different recovery demands compared to a team separated by 300 miles from its opponent. Geography doesn't decide results, but it shapes preparation, fatigue, and margins. Every Premier League club plays the same opponents over a season. But because of geography, not every club is the same distance apart. Some teams are located close to the league's main clusters, while others sit hundreds of miles away from large parts of the division. Over a full season, that difference adds up from under 2,000 miles of straight-line travel for some clubs to nearly 7,000 miles for others. Geography doesn't decide titles or relegation on its own, but it quietly shapes the conditions teams operate under. That's football, mapped and explained. So, when it comes to travel, Aston Villa fans have the biggest geographic advantage, while Newcastle's travelling supporters face the longest journeys in the league.